This is your girl, Erica from Rise 360 Coaching, coach and meditation instructor. I am so happy that you found yourself here another week. Today's topic will be focused on how to be okay with not being okay. That part. This space is where you get to recenter, reset, and realign yourself to the present moment. My intention each week is to make these mindfulness sessions and meditation simple, easy, and effortless. Remember the acronym C. I say that every week because I really do want you to see these mindful sessions as being simple, as being easy, and as being effortless. Because when you do, you'll engage more in the practice of doing it until it becomes an everyday part of your existence. So let's get into today's topic, how to be okay with not being okay. That part. If you've lived long enough, then you've certainly faced situations in which you've had to adjust yourself in the moment, to become more present, and to not be carried away by whatever life experiences are present in that moment. So there are 3 keys that I'll focus on today to align you into being okay with not being okay. And number 1, it is to accept the lesson. Accept the lesson. Number 2 is to learn the lesson. And number 3 is to master the lesson. Accept the lesson, learn the lesson, and master the lesson. Number 1, accept the lesson. In accepting the lesson, it is exactly as it sounds. Accepting what is, even if what is isn't what you want, isn't what you thought would happen, isn't what you consider as good. In accepting the lesson, there's no tug of war between your acceptance of the situation and you wanting it to be something else. There's a level set within you that says, okay, this is what it is. And what do I need to do in this moment to create a better situation moving forward? In accepting the lesson, there's no internal fight and there's no external fight, which then keeps you where you don't want to be. It actually does not help you to move forward by continuing to replay the events in your mind, continuing to fight the situation over and over and over again. It just creates more angst within you. It also helps you to not operate at your best. And in not operating at your best, you're not seeing the situation with full clarity. And in accepting the lesson, it allows you to stay in flow with life, that perhaps this lesson is here to teach you something. Perhaps there's something for you to gain within your own level of maturity to graduate from that class, that life lesson. And in staying in flow, it also means that, it's not unnatural for you to feel the emotion. We're human, we will feel emotions. That's natural. And there's no good or bad in being able to embrace even those emotional ties to whatever that situation is. The key is to not stay there. That emotion allows you to know, well, something feels like it's on track or it's off track. And how do I now navigate myself back to being steady? A few weeks ago, I talked about rock steady. and having this resolve within yourself, knowing that whatever life throws at you, you're still rock steady. There was a time in my life when I worked for a company, and after 3 rounds of realignments within the organization, they finally let go my division. And in the time, or in that moment, I felt concerned because I had 2 sons to raise and to provide for. I had my expenses and bills to pay. I had a life to live. And I wondered, how would this be okay? Because really it's not. It didn't feel like that. And I was really concerned, extremely concerned. But yet there was something within me, this little spark within me, as small as it was, that said, you're going to be okay. Your sons are going to be okay. You're going to make it through this moment. And holding on to that little spark of hope, knowing that I'll find another position, but perhaps God is saying to me, Erica, you need to find a position that is in greater alignment with who you are. Because at the time, while I liked what I did, I didn't love what I did. And I started to outgrow what I was doing. And right prior to losing my position, I had this bright idea of starting a business. It was just an idea at the time and some notes I had written down. And I thought, well, in the interim of finding another position, let me go full speed ahead with this. Trust me, it was not easy, but I did it. And that little idea of a business was eventually accepted into Whole Foods Market, and my products were sold on their shelf. Had I not had a moment to sit back and consider, what was I to do with this situation? What lesson am I to learn? Lord, what do you want me to do next? I would not have given myself that time. Life had to give it to me by losing my position. I wouldn't have given myself the time to see what I could have become. Sometimes we're faced with difficult situations that we have no idea how we'll get out of. We wonder, do we have what it takes? Can we do it? Are we built for this? Perhaps that's where you've been. Perhaps that's someone that you know. Perhaps it's something that you will experience in the future. And if so, I want you to know that you will be okay. Take that lesson as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to lean into what feels hella uncomfortable, so that you can learn whatever it is to learn in that moment about yourself. And then take that lesson, double down on that lesson, and then eventually master it. Which then leads me to key number 2. Learn the lesson. Learn the lesson. Please learn the lesson. The key is to not continually repeat the same life lesson over and over and over again until we're worn out, beat down, and we feel as though life is against us and not for us. How many times have you been in situations, the same kind of relationship over and over and over again, the same kinds of thoughts that continue to repeat in your mind over and over and over again that get you nowhere? We've all been there. But at some point, that gets played out. At some point, we're like, nah, this is not okay anymore. At some point, we say to ourselves, we're meant for more. There are empowering questions to begin asking yourself when you're faced in situations where you feel like you're not okay. And those questions are, what is this here to teach me? What lesson am I to learn from this? Where am I to grow in this situation? And whom must I let go? And what must I let go and release to become an even better version of who I know myself to be? Who I know myself to be. When we begin to ask empowering questions, we start to harness the attitude of finding an empowering solution for our life. Instead of saying, why me? I've been there. Don't know about y'all, but I have certainly been there where I have said, why me? And in asking that question, the answers that came were exactly what I didn't want. When I started understanding the power of asking the right question, now my mind is programmed to find the right solution and to get the hell up out of there. Learning the lesson is a way of honoring who you are. It gives the real you a chance to show up and show out. It gives the real you an opportunity to say, you got this, and you always did. Empowering questions lead you into becoming a master of your life, which leads me to key number 3, master the lesson. In mastering the lesson, it means that actually you're grateful for the lesson. Because in that lesson, you saw something about yourself that needed healing. That's that being okay with not being okay part. Oh, I'm okay. Because I realized that that lesson was here to bless me and not to harm me. There's something there in this lesson that I am to learn. And once I learn this lesson, oh, trust and believe, I will stand on top of that lesson and then help someone else that needs support to get there too. Being grateful for it and knowing that you are prepared enough to handle it, as difficult as it might be, that you are prepared enough to handle it, that you see the win in the moment, that you've harnessed your mindset, focused your mindset on seeing the possibility instead of the limitation in this situation, that no harm can come against you in any way because you have declared it to be so. That even if it's not okay, that in this moment, I declare that it will be. I declare that it will be, and I will align myself with whatever actions need to be taken to be perfectly okay. And in seeing the win, there's something about the evolvement of your soul in that moment. you start to mature and grow. You start to look at life as being for you and not against you. You start to pull towards you experiences that prove that life is for you and not against you. Because your expectation of life is that life is here to support you. These 3 lessons will absolutely help you in moments where you feel like you're not okay. But in leaning into practicing these 3 keys and then becoming it, that's the masterpiece of it all. Mastering the lesson. That is in you becoming it. That everything starts to change around you, but more importantly, you have changed within yourself. That's why I love to meet you here each Saturday. This is an opportunity for us to talk about real stuff. I feel safe enough to be vulnerable with you. And my hope and intention is that I touch some part of your heart and soul for you to be vulnerable enough to be open, to heal, to be present, to be here, and to finally live life with true intention. My hope is that each Saturday session is seen as being simple, is seen as being easy, and seen as being effortless. Because when you do, you will live a richer life, a life with more connection, a life with greater meaning and joy. Let's get ready to lock in and seal in today's lesson by breathing in, which is how I always start before we enter into our meditation. Go ahead and put your phone on vibrate. I did that prior to our session starting. And set the mood, whether that be to turn off the lights, dim the lights, or keep the lights as is. That's okay too. And then go ahead and get comfortable in your seated position. Making your back as straight as possible, but not ramrod straight, because that can feel very uncomfortable. So just making it as comfortable as it is for you. And then adjusting your body in ways that feel comfortable. So if you have a little pain in your hip or knee, you want to adjust your body in the seat so that you can actually be present here and now for today's meditation. And as you're breathing, I ask that you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And on the inhale, filling up your diaphragm as opposed to trapping the air in the upper part of your chest and shoulders, but allowing that air to drop down low into your diaphragm, expanding your diaphragm, and then exhaling from your diaphragm. Let's go ahead and take a deep inhale through our nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhaling again through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. Inhaling again through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. This time we'll inhale through the nose. You'll hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then you'll exhale through your mouth. Let's inhale again through the nose. Hold the breath at the apex on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Inhaling again through your nose. And hold the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Inhale again through your nose. Hold the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Inhaling again through your nose. And hold at the top of the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Release the breath. Close your eyes. And internally scan your body from head to toe. Noticing and just being aware of how you're feeling in this moment. And giving that feeling a number. With 5 feeling pretty good. And 1 not so good. And 3 somewhere in the middle. After you've given it a number, release the number. And release any judgment you may have around the number. This time with eyes closed, internally checking in as you inhale through your nose deeply. Hold at the top of the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Inhaling again through your nose. Hold on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Inhaling again through your nose. Holding the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling through your mouth. One more time, inhaling in. Hold on 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling through your mouth. Please release the breath. Return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. And again, internally scanning how you feel from head to toe. And this time giving it a number again, with 5 being feeling pretty good, 1 not so good, and 3 somewhere in the middle. After you've given it a number, go ahead and release the number. Release any attachment you may have to that number. We'll now go deeper into our meditation. I'll ask you the 4 soul questions designed to help you clarify who you are, what you want, what your purpose is, and what you're grateful for. Please bring all of your attention to your heart center, the area in the middle of your chest that's connected to love. The first soul question is, who am I? Who am I beyond my title, the role that I play, beyond my financial status, beyond my gender, my race, my religion, my culture, beyond any identifier that this world can place on you? Who are you? Allow whatever responses to come to you. Just be open. The next soul question is, what do I want? What do I really want? Allow whatever responses to come to you, whether it be in the form of a sensation, an image, a feeling, or a thought. However it comes, try not to concentrate too hard or force the answer in any way. What do I really want? The third soul question is, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Allow whatever responses to come to you, whether it be in the form of an image, a feeling, a thought, or a sensation. However it comes. Try not to force the answer in any way. What is my purpose? In other words, what am I called to do? The final soul question is, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Allow whatever responses to come to you. Please release all of the questions and answers and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. I'll now introduce today's Sanskrit mantra. Today's mantra is Yam, Yam, Yam. Continue to repeat the mantra aloud. Yam. And then repeat the mantra softly. And now repeat the mantra silently. If you notice that your attention has drifted to sounds in the environment, thoughts in your mind, or sensations in your body, I ask that you bring all of your attention back to repeating today's mantra. Yam, Yam, Yam. Continue meditating. I will mind the time and let you know when the meditation is up. Please release the mantra and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Resting in existence. Resting in awareness. Resting in being. Existence, awareness, being. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Just rest. I'll now introduce today's intention. As I repeat the intention, allow it to flow through your body, as well as internally repeat the intention with me. Our intention today is lightness of being. Lightness of being. You're ready. With eyes continuing to be closed, you can stretch your body out of the meditation. Perhaps even stretching your neck from left to right. Maybe rounding out your shoulders. And then placing the palms of your hands together at your heart center, bowing in gratitude to your soul for today's meditation. And when you're ready, extending the blessing Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for being here. I hope today's meditation is beneficial on your journey called life. For today, we talked about how to be okay with not being okay. I shared the 3 keys today that will get you on that path of being perfectly okay, even when you don't feel okay. And those 3 keys are to accept the lesson. That's number 1. Number 2 is to learn the lesson. And number 3 is to master the lesson. Please type in the chat if you learned anything or if you appreciated today's mindful session. Remember, you can find me here each week on Instagram Live at 8:15. Each week, you and I get to rendezvous together and share this space, this place, and this time to do that. If you have a friend, please tell them about it, a coworker, a cousin, anyone that you know that is in need of some mindful sessions. I'd love to have them. And as usual, your purposeful journey begins here. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you next week.